The third budget of the Good Governance government, titled Blue-Green Budget Enterprise Sri Lanka, was presented in Parliament today by Minister of Finance Mangala Samaravira.
There was good news for prospective electric vehicle owners, bad news for regular car enthusiasts. There was also positive news for the agri, fisheries and IT sectors. Here are some of the key highlights from the 2018 budget.
All vehicles in the country to be powered by non-fossil fuel sources by 2040. All government vehicles will be converted to hybrid or electric vehicles by 2025. Import taxes on an electric car will be reduced by at least 1 million rupees, while the import tax on the high-end fossil fuel cars will be increased by almost 2.5 million rupees. A special tax will be imposed on super luxury vehicles with an engine capacity exceeding 2,500 cc. Import taxes on a diesel three-wheeler will be increased by around 50,000 rupees. A carbon tax for motor vehicles has been proposed as follows: 17 cents a day for motorcycles, 1 rupee and 78 cents a day for cars, 2 rupees and 74 cents a day for passenger buses. Incentives are to be provided to encourage the use of off-grid solar power in establishing electric car charging stations.
I heard that a group of members in the opposition have already embraced the green economy. We are glad. But the only problem is that the bicycles that they rode are now being ridden by the security guards. The vehicles are all here. All government vehicles will be converted to hybrid or electric vehicles by 2025. The taxes on the importation of electric vehicles, including electric three-wheelers, cars and buses, will be reduced, while rationalizing the import taxes on vehicles powered by fossil fuel.
To discourage the use of polythene and plastic products, an excise duty of 10 rupees per kilogram for plastic resins will be imposed. Customs duties for all machinery, equipment, raw materials and intermediary goods used in manufacturing of biodegradable packaging material will be removed. Parks comprising jogging tracks and meditation centers will be established in each administrative division. The government will bear 50% of the cost of multi-day trawlers more than 55 feet in length in order to encourage deep-sea fishing.
A weather-indexed insurance scheme has been designed. The insurance cover will be a minimum of Rs 40,000 per acre for 6 crops. This will be a contributory scheme. The government will invest 3,000 million rupees in 2018.
කැවන ආකාරයෙන් මේ දායකත්ව රක්ෂණ ක්‍රමය සැකසෙනවා 2018 දී රජය විසින් රුපියල් මිලියන 3000ක් මේ සඳහා ආයෝජනය කරනවා.
NBT will be exempted on the imports of selected equipment including greenhouse technology that enables advanced technology agriculture practices. The government has allocated 10 billion rupees to facilitate the establishment of a development bank with an EXIM window to enable long-term financing of private sector ventures. The 2018 budget also proposes allocating 500 million rupees to establish an SME guarantee fund to further augment the SME's capacity to borrow. 750 million rupees has been allocated by the budget to introduce 8 credit schemes on low interest rates to support the SMEs and micro-level entrepreneurs. The scheme will be known as the Enterprise Sri Lanka Credit Scheme. The scheme will make available credit facilities with the interest subsidy being at least 10% more for women entrepreneurs, while differently abled entrepreneurs will be eligible to access the scheme with the interest subsidy being at least 15% more relative to others. The government will also support the Colombo University's initiative to venture into new streams such as data science, big data analytics, actuarial studies and business analytics. A VAT refund scheme for foreign passport holders will be implemented at the airports and seaports with effect from the 1st of May 2018. The 2018 budget also proposes the removal of restrictions that limit land ownership rights of listed companies with foreign ownership, together with the restrictions on foreigners' ability to purchase condominiums below the 4th floor. The government also calls for the creation of an employment preparation fund with students receiving a monthly stipend of 3,500 rupees per month. A total of 75 million rupees has been allocated to increase the eligibility criteria of the household income threshold from 300,000 rupees to 500,000 rupees per annum for the Mahapola scholarship scheme. The budget also proposes the development of 100 rural playgrounds throughout the country. Para-tariffs imposed on the import of sports shoes will be removed with effect from midnight tonight. NBT will be imposed on liquor with effect from the 1st of April 2018, while a tax structure based on a formula linked to the alcohol content and type will also come into effect. The government has also decided to allow Bank of Ceylon and the People's Bank to raise both debt and equity capital. However, the state will not relinquish the controlling ownership. Fees charged for services provided by the government, which have not been revised over the last 3 years, will be increased by 15%. A special levy for debt repayment at the rate of 20 cents per 1,000 rupees on the total transaction made through banks will come into effect from the 1st of April. This levy will only be applicable for 3 years. The government will also issue licenses to import cigarettes and cigars in a bid to crack down on illegal cigarettes. The budget also imposes an excise duty on raw materials used for ethanol production based on the quantity and introduces an excise duty of 15 rupees per litre on non-potable alcohol. Usance LC facilities will not be permitted to be used for the importation of motor vehicles from the 1st of January 2018. The budget also calls for a fee on advertisements done through SMSs at a rate of 25 cents per SMS with effect from the 1st of April 2018.
At the heart of the ensuing debate in the coming 26 days will lie not only the question of economic development but also the question of values. We will talk about values that should shape our country and determine our children's future. On one side of the debate, indivisibility of our great nation, rights and dignity for all, rule of law, strong institutions, economic prosperity built on a strong foundation of democracy and reconciliation. Some others, on the other hand, will speak about values based on fears, suspicion, mistrust, bigotry and intolerance. We are now at the crossroads of history. Are we to walk forward, united in our diversity, to a new age of freedom and prosperity, or are we to go back to the darkness of a bygone era? The choice is ours to make.
The Finance Minister also highlighted the macroeconomic goals for the 2018 budget.
In the medium term, the 2018 budget empowers the mid-term goals of per capita income of $5,000, generating 1 million jobs, obtaining foreign direct investment of $5 billion and doubling exports to $10 billion. We hope to maintain an economic growth rate of 5% and to limit inflation to 6% in 2018. For the first time in 6 decades, we expect to have a surplus of 1% of GDP in the primary account this year. We also hope to maintain the budget deficit in 2018 at 4.5% of GDP.